Hey y'all, Dante here with Florida Man Jeeps. I had a bunch of people asking how I mounted my homemade DIY, pretty much a Molle overhead panel. Bought it for like $19 from wallcontrol.com. I believe it's a 32 by 8 inches. It's a pegboard, metal pegboard, already came painted black. Had a lot of people asking how I mounted it. I'm gonna show you here today. I got the top off just so it's easier to see over it. Let's see here. All right, so not sure how well you can see it in there. I got two self-tappers in here right now. I got one right in there, one right in there. So what I did is, say this is the end of the panel right here, I cut a section out right here and ended up, the sides of these things are at a 90s. So what I ended up doing is I cut the bottom portion off here. I actually cut along this line at the end to where only this panel up top is what was remaining, and used that, bent it to the angle where I wanted to mount it in there, wherever I felt was sturdy enough and not messing with any pinch welds or anything, and went ahead and self-tapped it there. There are better options. I was kind of in a rush. See if I can, it's too dark in there, I can't see it. But yeah, just pull this panel down, it just pops down. And yeah, you just put it in there and mount it. On this side I did the same thing, except it's not mounted to the metal. I just mounted it to the plastic on the soundbar, self-tapped in. Once again, you can see I cut it here. This is just a quick job. I did it in about maybe 15 minutes, so it doesn't look too pretty right now. I kind of want to redo it, because now I know I can make it look better. But I just, once again, cut a little section out like that, leaning on the horn here, and just, there's already holes, because this is part of the pegboard. There are already holes here. I just used them. It is very solid for what it is. I mean, I'm not going to say I'd be trusting to put all my weight on it, but you can put a lot more weight on it than I anticipated. There are two bolts that come down in here. They come down, and I believe there might be a way that you can cut this and use those two bolts to where you don't even have to self-tap in. You might just have to drill a hole in the pegboard, put it up there, find a couple nuts that fit it. You got the 10mm bolts and nuts all over the Jeep. You can use those to figure out the thread. And yeah, you could probably use those. But I went ahead and mounted my VHF radio up here. I have the power wire and antenna ran through the head panel here down. My Jeep is a absolute wreck right now, please don't judge me. Down the A pillar there, I have got from Rugged Ridge Radios this little antenna here. Not too fond of the placement. I chose the passenger side because I wanted my antennas to be on the same side. Just, I thought it would look cool, and found out that when you mount it, it mounts directly in the way of your stock radio FM radio antenna. So what I ended up doing is just bending it. It didn't affect the frequencies or anything of that nature. I got the radio straight wired with an inline fuse to the battery, so I can use it when the Jeep is off as well. But there's that. I got a retention key belt thing Ended up just sliding that on there through one of these little grooves here. Didn't have to bolt it or anything. It just pops on and retracts. So pretty cool little setup. I'm pretty happy with it for $19. For those wondering about the clearance of this with the roof, I mean, my 4 fingers width for my hand in between the bow and the pegboard. I mean, there's plenty of room. I think honestly with a hard top you can make it work. It's a little bit tight, but you should be able to make it work. But with a soft top there is no problem at all with it. Bolts are mounted in there. Nothing, no problems at all. So if you got any more questions, leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See y'all next time.
On a trail ride.